Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel today. This is Paul again from Kentucky Tacklebox. Today I want to talk about topwater lures and fishing them in the pre-spawn, and also a topwater lure modification that I'm about to try out this year, and why I'm actually going to do the mod and try it. But let's start off with a topwater lure here. So what I have here is a Berkley Choppo. I think this is a 90 size. This one's in the bone color, and it has the tail on it with the little propeller on it that catches water, and it gives it a lot of noise as it goes through the water as you're topwater fishing it. And it comes with two treble hooks, and then it has a front line tie at the beginning there. So I've used these, and they are very good fish catching lures when you're doing topwater fishing. And one of the things about topwater that I've noticed recently, and is actually fishing in general recently, is that now that we're into the pre-spawn and the fish are starting to feed up aggressively, getting ready to spawn, um, the last couple of times I've been out fishing lures that have double treble hooks on them, like this one does, is that the fish have been actually swallowing the lure whole. They've been so aggressively feeding. And what that's resulted in is it makes it much more difficult to get the fish unhooked. And the other thing is, when the fish takes in both treble hooks in the lure in one big gulp or one big bite, it makes it much more risky for damaging the fish as well. And because I fish, catch, and release, I'm not looking to try to damage any fish. I'd rather just catch the fish, admire it, and release it, because that's the way I do most of my fishing. So I came up with an idea that might still allow me to catch fish during the pre-spawn fishing where they're aggressively feeding, but yet also help to protect the fish and make it easier to unhook them. So here's another Choppo 90. It's a little different color, but the mod that I've done is just basically a simple mod. I took the front treble hook off of the lure and just replaced it with a small willow blade. And you could use any type of blade, whether you prefer a Colorado, an Indiana, uh, or a willow blade, different colors too. You could try chrome, you could try gold, whatever, or even a painted blade, you could try that as well. So I've tied this on, and the next time I go out to topwater fish, I'm going to take this and I'm going to try it out. Because as aggressively as they're biting, my hope is that they're just going to hit the back treble hook, get hooked. It'll be easier for me to unhook the fish. So think about that if you're interested to try any fishing. If you're using lures, whether they be like crankbait lures, which are designed to run on the bottom, or topwater lures like this that are running dual treble hooks, uh, you may want to consider just removing one of the hooks, whether you remove the front hook or the rear hook and swap it out with something like a blade. It might not be a bad time of the year to do it, because as the fish are feeding in pre-spawn, they do tend to be a lot more aggressive when they're biting. So that allows you to have you don't need as much, I guess I should say, as much of a finesse presentation this time of the year. You can get away with a lot more noisier lures, a lot more louder lures, a lot more bolder colored lures, and still do an excellent job of catching the fish. So it's just a good mod to think about, and it's super simple to do. I mean, you just basically removing the treble off the split ring and just replacing it with a blade. So it's something you can do really quickly and easily. But think about it when you're out there, and it may save you some aggravation, getting the fish unhooked once you catch them. But it's definitely an interesting option to try this time of the year, especially because the bite is so strong. Now, later in the year, once the pre-spawn is over and the fish are less active, then yeah, I would probably go back and just put the treble hook back on. But this option allows me to do that without really damaging the lure in any way, just reconfiguring it briefly. So, as always, kind of think about being creative with your lures, and who knows, you may have the next big thing on your hands with the modifications you're doing. So thanks for watching the channel as always, and get outdoors when you can. It's a great place to be. We'll see you next time. Bye.